My children, it is time for the daily bread. Jacob and Laban are putting their plan in place today. Let's hear today's tract. Daily Tract 578, Genesis chapter 30, verse 36. And he established a distance of 3 days' journey between himself and his son-in-law, who pastured the remainder of his flock. Kids, let's do a quick recap here. So Jacob had to go get some wives, right? So he had to journey back to where his wife or his mother was from, right? So he had to go back to Laban, who's his mother's brother. So it's his uncle. And he journeyed there, and when he arrived there, remember, he fell in love with Rachel. And in order to get Rachel, he had to go for 7 years, but then he ended up having to marry Leah. Leah is Rachel's older sister, right? And Laban said, if you want Rachel too, you got to serve me another 7 years, right? So while this is all happening, Jacob is having a lot of kids. He's growing, and all these animals are growing and populating. He's becoming very blessed, right? So all this good stuff is happening to him. And then finally he's like, look, he talks to his father-in-law or his uncle and says, look, I got to go back to where I'm from, right? I got to get back home. So he wants to take his wife and kids, his wives, right? He has 4 wives and his kids, and he wants to take them all back. Well, in order to go back, he needs to finish up between him and his father-in-law, sort of the wages, right? So who gets what? Because all of this has happened while Jacob was with him. So they start to split up. Jacob's taking all the flock from the animals that have blemishes, right? They have spots. They're not completely white or not completely black or what have you. And so they're splitting these up, and Laban takes his and goes 3 days journey ahead, right? So that Jacob's and his flocks don't get mixed, right? Because Laban gets all the good ones, Jacob gets all the blemished ones. And that's what they agreed to. So that's what we're talking about here, is they're separating them so that they keep their flocks separate. God bless. I love you.